तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. Ramakrishna is explaining the various aspects of God. That incarnation is one of the aspects. God has different forms, He sports in different ways. He sports as Ishvara, Deva, Manava and Vishwa. In every age, He descends to earth in human form as in incarnation to teach people love and devotion. This was what we were discussing in last class, love and devotion. Because the duality is maintained, I and you, and the duality means there is name and form. When anything is individualized, it has name, form and qualities. When it is not individualized, when it is merged in the source, there is one unchanging eternal reality. There is no duality, it is nirguna nirakara. When I am there and God is there, He has name, form and qualities, because it is duality. I may not be able to see the form many times, but it is somewhere in some corner of my existence and I am able to understand it. If mind can capture, it has already taken form. Suppose love, patriotism, these are the abstract words which we understand what is love. It has already taken form in your mind. It may not be gross object, but mind could conceive it. It has taken already a mental conception form. Just like I say, God came in the form of wind. Wind doesn't have form, but I can feel. By another sense, like that heart can understand what love is, what patriotism means. So it has already taken form. It has nama, rupa, guna. So whatever is individualized and there is a separation, I and you understanding. When I dissolves, when you dissolve, there is one reality. And when one exists without two, it is nirguna nirakara. There is no guna. When you are with body, mind and so many aspects of your own existence, you have all the qualities and all. When you sleep, all your aspects merge in one. There is no form. In deep sleep, you will not find any form. Nama, rupa, guna, nothing exists. Because you have become one there. Withdrawing from all things, you are only Chaitanya Swarupa in deep sleep. Only covered by ignorance that mind is not able to capture what it experienced. But it is there. It is one. Again, when you start projecting out, that by the time you come to the mental state, mind appears, there is duality, there is dream world. Still outer, When you come to the physical world and identify with the physical body, multifarious universe. So always here incarnation, when I say, it means it is with Nama Rupa Guna. So it can, there is love, there is devotion, because there is subject-object relationship. When subject-object relationship is no more there, it is one reality. There is Nirguna Nirakara. There is neither love nor devotion. It is, if at all love is there, it is absolute love, without anything else. There is no lover, there is no loved, but one love absolute, without lover and loved. Tripuri dissolves in one. So here, incarnation come to teach love and devotion. There is instance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One can taste devotion and love of God only through incarnations, because it is God. At the same time, He is in visible, perceivable, tangible reality. When God comes in the human form and stands before you, whether in a vision or actually taking physical birth, He comes down. That's also avatara. If He appears before you in form, taking up a form, without taking the actual birth, it's called vision of God. So there also, there is duality. It can express, it can create love, devotion and all, but there is a name, form and everything. God has to appear in form. Here incarnation taking actual human birth, human form. One can taste devotion and love only through His incarnations. Incarnation must be there. Physical. Incarnation, if it is there, now Krishna comes down, Rama comes down, Ramakrishna came down, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came down. All these are special manifestations of God. And there you see, they come to teach love and devotion. And if it is not there, you can love a dog, you can love a cat, you can love, but it is material level, body to body. It is not to God, it is ever changing. Object disappears in time. I love a dog, it lives for 12 years and dies away. Nowhere to be seen. Your love remains unfulfilled because object is perishable. Anything you love in this world is perishable. Similarly, you, the lover himself, disappears in time. He also dies away. He is also perishable. So, imperishable is only Atman, is only God. When God comes down in human form, then it is imperishable. Both His Leela is also imperishable, eternal. He also is eternal. And all those who are associated with Him intimately with oneness, finding oneness in Him, either as a devotee or in any way, He also is eternal. He becomes eternal. Infinite are the ways of God's play. But when I need devotion, but what I need is love and devotion. I want love and devotion. God plays in various ways. He is Nirguna Nirakara also. But I don't get love and devotion because there is no duality. He is Lord of the universe, which is again, it's so vast and all-pervading that I cannot become one with it or experience Him. He has to give a vision to me. He must appear in a form. Or He has to take a birth and come to the earthly level to be one with us. So many ways are there, but when he comes in physical bodily existence alone, the love and devotion is possible. He has become the whole universe. He is the all-pervading Lord of the universe. Incarnation is one of his aspects, one of his manifestations. We can realize God in 5 ways: as a transcendental reality, as the immanent reality. God has become everything and pervading it. And as Avatara, coming down in human form, as the indweller, Antaryamin. And the transcendental, immanent, as the indweller in all beings, Antaryamin. So, he is Antaryamin in somebody I cannot experience. I can see the person, but I cannot see the Antaryamin. I cannot experience. When he comes in human form, then only I can experience him, experience the love and devotion. But what I want is love and devotion. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, he has infinite ways. He manifests in so many ways. I do not even know what are the other ways he can manifest. But what I want is love and devotion. Love and devotion can come only through incarnation. Infinite are the ways of God's play. But what I need is love and devotion. I want only milk. And milk comes through the udder of cow. Milk is there in cow. Every drop of blood contains milk. But you cannot get by cutting its tail or sucking its tail. Only through udder milk comes. Same blood, same bodily existence, but through udder milk comes. You want milk, you cannot squeeze its ears. Only from udder you can take. Like that, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, I want the milk. The milk comes only through udder of the cow. The incarnation is the udder. Whole cow is there, but what I want is milk. It's always within the cow, but it comes only through udder. Love is there. God is love himself. But when he comes as human, udder is the incarnation. Incarnation is the udder. So you see what you need as human to hold on to raise yourself to the divine level of forgetting the bodily existence, dissociating with the bodily existence is possible by love and devotion. Slowly the body awareness disappears. Once the body awareness disappears, what remains is your spiritual existence. You will know you lost your identity because of identifying with the body in waking state. Till I wake up, I don't have a body at all. While waking up again, I identify with the body and see this world. This identification with the body is making me understand myself as a mortal. I took birth, I am going to die because I am a body. So, independent of body, what are you? When the body awareness goes off, how do you achieve that state? You stretch yourself from body to love God. Loving God, you will forget the body. The body stays back. Just like you enter into sleep, you enter into higher levels of consciousness where you are one with God. You try to be one with God. So this expression, this transcendence, this coming out, this emerging out from the bodily existence is possible only through love or through self-knowledge. There are so many ways again. Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga. So many ways are there. Mainly, the whole thing is divided into Suppose you take mantra yoga, it may come in one of these, whatever path you take. Suppose you are taking Patanjali Yoga Sutra and taking the Om as your mantra, then it comes under the yoga, Raj Yoga. Suppose you take the same mantra, loving God as the personal God, it becomes Bhakti Yoga. Suppose as an Advaitin, you take the mantra of Brahma Mantra or Mahavakya and go ahead. You are practicing mantra, but that comes under Jnana Yoga. All other yogas merge in one of these four. So major four divisions are made. One pertaining to your head, Jnana Yoga, one pertaining to your heart, Bhakti Yoga, then one pertaining to bodily existence, the Karma Yoga, and one associated with your willpower, self-control, with which you can exercise self-control. That will, body, mind, heart and will. When will is applied, will is a tremendous power of the Atman working. So individual will, divine will, his will, that will can make the whole system work in a particular way. So will applied to realize God, we call Raja Yoga. So any one of these paths, whatever path is there, comes in under one of these. So there are various paths to God. But if you want love and devotion, you have to go to the Bhakti Yoga. We bypass the love and devotion in Jnana Yoga. It is instead of going through the name and form, I am avoiding and going, but through bypass. Incarnate. Was Sri Ramakrishna hinting that he was incarnation of God? Now M is writing a note as if he is writing down what all Master spoke, what all happened. That is the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna which you are studying. The same M is here writing below that was Sri Ramakrishna hinting that he was incarnation of God? Did he suggest that those who saw him saw God? Did he thus speak about himself when speaking of Chaitanya? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives the example. Was he speaking of himself? Because in the end he discloses to Naren, the one who was born as Krishna, born as Rama, the great incarnations, is here in this body now, not according to your Advaita. So there he reveals, that is a point of self-revelation. So it was, they have to wait for that day. Now here, the great souls who came on this earth during that time, all enlightened souls who passed through his life in those days, through that holy kshetra of Dakshineshwar, they saw Sri Ramakrishna silently. Oh, the God is here in this form. Silently bowed down and went ahead. You can see Totapuri Maharaj experiencing the same thing. Comes as a teacher, teaches him Advaita, and goes back as a student, as Shishya. Similarly, our Bhairavi Brahmani comes and then sees the Lord. Finally she accepts. She is a master of all tantras, who taught him all the 64 tantras. Vaishnava, according to Vaishnava scripture, the realization of God, all this she taught. Finally, she found whom she had realized as God, whom she had known through the scriptures in various ways, again has come in this form. So all those people who have seen God and realized God, those enlightened souls have disclosed what Sri Ramakrishna is. So, but the day actually was the 1st January, his first revelations, mass revelation to that effect. And then we see him coming to Naren. Naren, in Kalpataru day, when the Kalpataru incident happened, all were ordinary jivas like. There were these people like Naren and all that who have not yet realized. There is something still pending, though they are born for that purpose, absolutely pure, untouched by the world, untouchable by the world. Like Nitya Siddhas, they are. And these people, Ishvara Kotis, are also there. They are not able to recognize Sri Ramakrishna yet. And when this incident happened, Kalpataru day, all are charmed. But nobody is able to understand or recognize Sri Ramakrishna even after that incident. Only a few, because of the hearing from Girish Chandra Ghosh and others, that is incarnation of God, they, it is possible. That kind of. But when it comes to Naren, a few days before Master left his body, then when he says the one who was Rama, one who was Krishna is here, he is not an ordinary soul, he is an enlightened soul. He is one who has reached the ultimate and experienced the ultimate. You can see him there fully in a different field. That means he is one who has entered into Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the ultimate realization of human existence. There we see that to telling Naren is entirely different. There is nothing more to reach, there is nothing more to him who knows in and out of this universe. What the absolute is, what is the relative is, whole thing he knows, but he doesn't know that God has come down in the form of Sri Ramakrishna and sitting before him, talking to him. For all, it is just like they argue, they talk, they will tease, they will comment. Everything is happening like an ordinary person in this world. But it is God incarnate. To Naren, when he says, when so many, even first meeting, second meeting, it is something, unusual things are happening in Naren's life. Naren could not recognize. Being an Ishvara Koti, who of realization has been selected and kept to move with God, he himself could not. And then in this life, after having taken that body, after realizing the ultimate that human can realize, the oneness with the absolute existence, after that Sri Ramakrishna discloses him this. And what he saw, what he experienced, he alone knows. Because like where Arjuna are experiencing, when Arjuna, what he experienced when God revealed himself is, we have in Bhagavad Gita, a mention is there which we cannot understand. Because our eyes to the spirit has not been opened. And it is just like blind man hearing about light and colors, we hear and enjoy. But what it is will remain unknown till we realize. So when Naren heard it, a one who has reached the ultimate, what he would have realized, we cannot know. Millions and millions of years passing, yugas passing, God appearing again and again in each span of huge spans of time of millions of years. that he might have seen. It's what our intellect can conceive of it, what Naren saw. Just he lays his head on the feet of the Master. So that here he is giving an hint. Was Sri Ramakrishna hinting that he was an incarnation of God? Did he suggest that those who saw him saw God? Did he thus speak about himself when he spoke of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So this he presents, but actual realization comes a few years back. It is 1883, 1886, another 3 years is left for Master's total revelation in the gross physical level when he leaves the body in 1886. Exactly 3 years left now. It was a hot day in June 1883. Sri Ramakrishna was sitting on the steps of the Shiva temple in the temple garden in West Bengal. Now you can see in the North India what would be the temperature. In South India, though temperature is less, we are on the coast, western coast, and because of the high humidity, we are sweating. The temperature of 30, 40, 30, 32, 33, 34 maximum, we feel it so hot and sweating, we get tired. Then when imagine 45 is minimum always in the midsummer, and what unbearable heat it could be, very difficult to understand. So it was a hot day in June 1883. Sri Ramakrishna was sitting on the steps of Shiva temple in the temple garden. M arrived with ice and other offerings and sat down on the steps after saluting Master. The ice used to come from the other countries. Ice manufacturing was not, there is an ice house in our Chennai where Swamiji stayed. It was an ice house. Huge steamers used to carry tons and tons of, hundreds of tons of ice and store it there. And to store it, the externalmost cover, there will be inner and inner layers of ice, and the outermost layer exposed to the outermost wall used to be filled with salt and ice mixture. It is called freezing mixture, which goes, the temperature goes below 0 degree, minus 20, minus 15, like that. The ice with salt, if you put it, the temperature suddenly drops down below, and this protects the whole inner layers. So where Swamiji stayed in Chennai was ice house. Now it is under the Mutt and Mission possession. So he has brought that ice for Thakur's sake, Sri Ramakrishna's sake. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.